Okay, so yeah, perfect. We were just speaking about Kushner. Here's a detailed look, perfect timing about Jared Kushner.
By now you've probably heard about the Chabad, but did you know how deep President Donald Trump is in with them? And he's not the only one, he's just the latest one. This America First BS was always a farce. But that didn't start with Donald Trump either, but his father, Fred Trump, a New York real estate mogul with deep mob ties, who had a personal rabbi, was close to Benjamin Netanyahu, and was also a great friend to Israel. The elder Trump donated the land and covered construction costs for the Talmud Torah in Brooklyn, what's now a Chabad site. The Chabad Lubavitch is a messianic Kahanist-aligned movement, arguably a cult, that has become a dominant force in Judaism today. They are proponents of the Temple movement, the colonization of Palestine, as well as the genocide. And they believe that their Jewish messiah, their Rebbe, Menahem Mendel Schneerson, will return imminently, and they announced this ad nauseum. The Chabad has been at the center of many major events in Brooklyn. The death of 7-year-old Gavin Kato, who was struck and killed by a car in a procession carrying their Rebbe, subsequently starting off the Crown Heights riots, the discovery of a tunnel network underneath their world headquarters.
And there's been no real investigation into this. So this headquarters here, so many world leaders go, these tunnels in New York City connect to a Chabad Lubavitch synagogue, and they were bringing out blood-stained mattresses from these underground tunnels. What the frick was going on?
Tunnel network underneath their world headquarters in Crown Heights, a vicious attack on a black man in a wheelchair.
This is by far the funniest video that I've ever seen on the internet. This one right here, the Jew popping out like, me, Jurio! It's me! And then he tries to swat the camera and bob and weave and run away. What the what is he doing? Imagine if this was a Muslim climbing out of this. There would close down masjids all over New York City. All over New York City. They would call it a terrorist thing. There would be a major investigation. This Jew's climbing out of the tunnels that connect to the Chabad Lubavitch synagogue and no investigation at all.
Vicious attack on a black man in a wheelchair, as well as the Chabadnik Night of Terror that still no one has been arrested for.
You want someone to bend you over and fucking rape you like they're doing to the Jews in fucking Palestine?
What the frick? Remember again, you know what people moved on from really quickly? Do you remember when the IDF soldiers literally had a protest, and this is public on the internet, they were banging on the doors of the prison where they were keeping Palestinians because they wanted the right to rape them. Wallahi. You guys have all seen this, right? No, this is not Aiden Ross on the screen, you racist. IDF soldiers literally were protesting their ability to rape the Palestinian prisoners. And that wasn't even enough to wake up the world.
You feel like they're doing to the Jews in fucking Palestine?
Who they chasing? Who they chasing? One woman? But they're chasing one girl?
One of the Chabad's top rabbis also made the news once for comparing child rape to having diarrhea.
Great interview, Nat Myron.
I'm gonna go start going out.
Blessed Lent and Ramadan to my brothers.
Happy Lent and Ramadan Kareem. Wait, what is this rabbi's? What the?
Rape to having diarrhea.
No, they asked me that. I'm gonna go start going out. Do I have to tell that I was molested? I said, do you have to tell that you once had diarrhea? It's like embarrassing, but it's nobody's business.
And he's laughing about it. It's hilarious to him. Jewish Santa Claus he's...
The cemetery in Queens, where their Rebbe is buried, is now the preferred pilgrimage site for politicians needing to kiss the wall for Israel.
And this has nothing to do with Christianity. This should be enough. I want to see Catholic Christians and Orthodox Christians excommunicate Christians like this. We need to start seeing the separation and the distinction. This is not Christianity. This should be considered blasphemy. What are they doing worshiping a false Jewish Messiah's grave for the Chabad Lubavitch synagogue in New York?
And it was billionaire Lubavitchers who funded Donald Trump's campaign again and again. doing this because they knew what a great friend to Israel he was.
My name is Donald Trump, and I'm a big fan of Israel.
We work hard on Israel, I have to tell you. I think I have an approval rating of about 98%.
And they convinced Americans that he was America first. He was never America first. It was just great marketing. He has served Israel and the Lubavitcher as well. They even came out with a Trump version of their foundational text, the Tanya, which outlines, among many other things, that non-Jews don't have human souls, that we only have animal souls. Trump has surrounded himself with Lubavitchers in his administration. He has them on a space base in Greenland, and one even married into his family. Jared Kushner, a close family friend of Benjamin Netanyahu, who used to sleep in Jared's childhood bedroom when he would visit the Kushners. Trump gave the Chabad what they wanted again and again.
This video here is Benjamin Netanyahu speaking in the 1980s, if I'm not mistaken, with a Chabad Lubavitch rabbi. And this rabbi is begging Bibi to bring the false Messiah. We need this now. We need this now.
Again, and that's why he says the Israel Firsters give him a 98% approval rating. He said the best thing that he ever did for them was tear up the Iran nuclear deal, but he's going even further now. A simultaneous genocidal and suicidal campaign on Iran, all for Israel and the Chabad. And rather than admit defeat after failing to take down the ancient Persian Empire in their shock and awe child sacrifice campaign, the flailing US regime has
Earlier, remember before the Jan call, people were like, oh, where's the evidence of the girls, the kids? Here are the graves. The graves. Here are the coffins. Here's the funeral. Rest in peace to these angels.
The flailing US regime has instead turned to social media and maniacal gangsterism to the tune of $1 billion per day. And they are now preparing to deploy American troops, mostly poor Christians, to go die for Israel. So what if Donald Trump isn't compromised? That this was always the plan. He's surrounded, controlled, and infiltrated by the Chabad. Maybe he's...
I didn't read this Epstein file. What does this read? This is the FBI saying, advise Chabad is doing everything they can to co-opt the Trump presidency. Chabad is basically state-sanctioned Judaism. It is used by Putin to keep tabs on all the Russian Jewish oligarchs. On the day Trump was elected president, Ivanka Trump and Jared were at the gravesite of Rabbi Schneerson, who was the most powerful rabbi in the Chabad network. Chabad routinely uses charities to launder money. This is from the FBI. The FBI should investigate Kushner's family charities to find evidence of corruption and money laundering.
Chabad. Maybe he's also Chabad. Donald Trump for Israel, the most successful psychological operation there ever was.
So there you go. Maybe after we cover the news, we should do an investigation about Chabad Lubavitch.